And Neera, on the other side of that, is there something about Hillary Clinton that she has done or failed to do that has produced this sort of aura around her? I talk to, my kids will say, their friends just say, oh, she's just a liar. And no one necessarily has a specific thing to point to, but this overall feeling, which is hurting her with millennials, that there's something about her that's just dishonest in general. Is there something she's done to produce that?
This entire debate, I have to say, is a head scratcher, right? Because if someone were to land from another planet, you would see one candidate who's released their tax returns, one candidate who released her emails, thousands of emails. We joke about these emails because we can see what her emails are. The other side hasn't done that. The foundation is transparent. We have all this reporting on all these issues, again, because she has released all of them. And I think the reality here is the challenge sadly for the media is to actually talk about what is going on with these candidates. I mean, just look at the spectacle of this week with the doctors' evaluations. We had this entire media spectacle of a Dr. Oz kind of reading this out loud, and then a letter that has a lot less information is put out, and people are saying they're equally transparent. That's not on voters. That's really on the press. And that's what, if you're told every day that there's some cloud around emails for a year, then people are going to think there's a problem. And that's really, how many stories have we seen about Hillary's tenure as Secretary of State? How many stories have we seen about Hillary's emails? It's like 5 million to 1. Yeah. And that's an issue that the press has to grapple with itself.
And I wonder, Eric, not to get too sort of pity party self-reflective about the press, how much of that has to do with the candidate's personal decisions on how much access she gives us?
Well, the press has been complaining that she doesn't give enough access, right? She wasn't having press conferences. Now she is having press conferences. She doesn't really get credit for that. From what I understand, Trump has not given a press conference since July.
How do you suppose he doesn't get more demerits for those things? I mean, yesterday the press, I think, was genuinely angry at the way they were treated in D.C.
Right.
Literally, it was a bait and switch. Then the ridicule on Breitbart was to show a picture of Harambe, which I don't even want to posit what that could have been about, but literally just trolling the media now. And I think now you're starting to see maybe people will start to treat him or sort of feel about him the way that they have felt about her. But why do you suppose that up to now Donald Trump has not paid a penalty for not giving access?
Look, I think Republicans, particularly Republican men, have always gotten away with bullying the press. I mean, Hillary Clinton got in trouble a summer ago because she, wrote people off in a parade. He's got press pens. He insults the press over and over. And it finally looks like yesterday there might be some payback.
Yeah, we will see. We shall see. We're going to keep going. I wish we had more time. I'm so sorry. Eric Bowler, thank you very much. Neera and Touré are coming back later. All right, so coming up in our next hour, from the birther question